first thing to remember when you're doing your badge work is it's supposed to be fun, so have fun. Girls, I recommend that you break out that Viewpoint mug. You know the one. You know you have one. You probably took 4 at the parents' meeting. Break that out and fill it with a lovely beverage that's going to get you through this project. Now, hopefully, that'll be something like coffee. For my case, it's a latte, but you can use tea or anything else. The other thing is that this is a really fun project to do with friends. So if you have a girlfriend, invite her over, do your girls' vests together. Now, the other thing to remember is that any child 8 years and up should be able to assist you, if not do this on their own. So I feel very confident that you're going to be able to do this. But right now at the daisy levels, it's going to be up to you, the adult, to make this vest for your child because they're not yet ready to do this on their own. Let's talk about the basic elements of the vest and how they're placed. The front of the vest is business. The back of the vest is fun. So on the front of the vest, we're going to start with our American flag high and up on the right shoulder. Below, we're going to have our identifier as Girl Scouts and then your location, which for us is Greater Los Angeles. Just below that is your troop number. So you go from the United States to your area to your troop. That's how it goes in the specificity. In some cases, there are 4 numerals on the troop number. In our case, we have 3. Now, on the placement of these badges, what I recommend is that you go a little bit closer to the lapel side of the vest than the sleeve. These are little girls, and these sleeves can get really bunched up and turned around. But if it's near the lapel side, it's going to lay nicely against her shirt. The other thing that I recommend is on the numerals, give yourself a little bit of space. It's not necessary to push those numerals close together like a bar. You do want the fabric to be able to move a little bit. Now, how much space you want to put in there has to do with your own aesthetic. Certainly this doesn't make much sense, and if you have more numbers, you need to have them a little closer together. But I would say on the whole, I've got it about 1/8 of an inch apart on the left. On the left side of our vest, we have the insignia pins. The top pin is the World Association of Girl Scouts, and below that is the daisy insignia. It's put on the grosgrain tie, and they're centered just like that. On the back side, you can see that we've pinned it. Now, when I pin this onto the vest, I do it from 2 points, and this just gives it a little bit more support so that the pins are not just hanging from here and here. It just gives it another point of support. You can do that any which way you want. Now, I mentioned that the front of the vest is for the business things. If we have our cookie badges, or we have our pedals that we're earning, or if you're working in your journey books, you have your journey patches that can be on that. Anything that the girls earn through their daisy experience goes on the front, and anything we do for fun goes on the back. Now, underneath this, when we go to Viewpoint School, underneath it, they need to wear not this. This is adorable, but we don't get to wear that at Viewpoint. Your girl will need to pick out a plain white top, either long or short sleeved, with their uniform bottoms, whether that be a skirt or skirt or shorts, and then they can wear the white top, the vest, and their uniform bottoms. And that's how they will wear it to school. The next question is, well, how do we get this? How do we get this good look? And this is what I'm going to show you next. Now, girls, at this time I invite you to take a sip of whatever beverage it is that you're working with. Have a little libation, because now we're going to begin with the badge magic. Badge magic is a material that's available at the Girl Scout store. It's just a little bit over $5 to acquire, and you can get it online or in the store. And you use the badge magic with the iron-on emblems and numerals to apply them to the vest. This allows you not to have to iron anything and not to have to stitch anything. So for a lot of moms, this really works out. We're going to use it with the numerals today because the numerals are a little bit tricky, and I want to show you how this works. If you can do it with the numerals, you can do it with any of these. So we're going to first get your numeral and pop it out of the blister pack. Now, the tricky thing about the numerals is they do have a paper backer on them. So you need to take that paper backer off to reveal the iron-on material. Like so. Now we take we come over to the badge magic and we pull the the numeral protector off and set that to the side. Now, in this area there's a sticky, it's like a double-sided sticky tape, and that's the Bad Magic adhesive. So we're going to go ahead and place our numeral right on top of it like so, press down to get it to stick properly, and then pull it back off. Now you should have the Bad Magic adhesive material on, and it's very sticky, on the back of this numeral like so. And there's a little bit of going to be overhang, and you want to make sure that you address that overhang by using your fingers to just pull that anything that's hanging over the edge. Just pull it back onto the numeral and stick it onto itself. I'm going to put my Bad Magic to the side now. And then what we do is you make sure that your numeral is oriented correctly. Let me do it incorrectly first so you can see. Alright, I'm going to place this numeral incorrectly on the vest first so we can get an idea of how easy it is to switch it around if you make a mistake. So I'm going to place my numeral on my vest, and I'm going to say, great. And I look at it and I say, oof, boy, that doesn't look like the way I wanted it to look, and I put my 8 upside down. The smaller part of the numeral should be at the top. So what do? Well, it's not a worry. You don't need to worry about a thing. Just go ahead and lift that numeral off. Go ahead and reset it up the way that you want on your vest, like so, and verify that the number is correct and it looks the way you want it to look. Once you've done that, what I like to do is I take a little piece of cardboard, and this actually works well for the task. Go ahead and put it on there. Take the wrong side of a fat pen, fat marker, and go ahead and rub and press apply, and make sure you have a good adhesion between that numeral, the Bad Magic, and the vest. And then what I like to do is I then like to turn it open like this and do the same thing. Go ahead and get that wrong side of the marker and press apply that with a little more gusto than what I've just done. And voila! You've got all of your patches, they're ready to go. Now what? Take off your insignia gross grain ribbon, remove it from your vest, take your entire vest and pop it in the dryer for 20 to 30 minutes, or as recommended by the Bad Magic instructions. Now, I use 20 to 30 minutes because that works with my dryer. Different dryers have different temperatures, so you have to use a little bit of common sense and a little bit of instructions. But really, the main thing is that if you've tucked all those raw edges of the Bad Magic sticky material underneath those numerals, it will be fine. There is no way that that's going to go wrong. The only thing that could go wrong at this point is if you left a little bit of the gummy stuff hanging out the side. Well, that would be sticky and other things would stick to it, and it causes a little bit of a blemish on the fabric. Even that's not a crisis, but if you just do it right the first time, then that's no big deal. Then what you do, ladies, is you cut away from the hole that which you've used. So in this case, I cut out the circle that originally contained the petals, because I'm going to want to retain this for my daughter's petals. As she earns them and brings them home, I'm going to cut out one of these every time she brings a petal home for her center and her petals. So I cut this out in a circle, and I'm actually keeping it to the side in a plastic bag and in a file folder so it stays nice and flat. My file folder marked Daisy Badges. So the rest of this, however, you can use for any number of different purposes. And one of the great purposes you can use is for other patches. Now, your daughter will receive both fun patches and earned badges along the way. So let's say that you earned a fun patch or an earned badge. You can certainly use that on this type of a patch. We're just going to draw around it with a ballpoint pen and then cut using scissors in that mark, and then we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to peel off the paper top, apply the badge, the back of the badge to it, and then go ahead and stick it onto the vest and pop it in the dryer. done and done. The only thing with Badge Magic that you need to be aware of is we do not dry clean our vests when we have Badge Magic on it. It doesn't go well. You just need to put it in the wash machine. Make sure you take this off because that'll go banging around and we don't really need that to happen. If it gets dirty, go ahead and put it in the washing machine and just wash it gently, and then you can always put it back in the dryer too. It won't affect the Badge Magic at all, or at least that's what they say. So there you go. Hopefully this has been helpful to you, that you now have a pretty good idea on how to use this product and how to put all these emblems onto your girl's vest. The only thing you have to do now is to earn your pedals, earn your badges, and a whole bunch of fun patches, and have a great time with your daughter. Thanks so much for watching.